Hi guys, so today we're working on the Land Rover Defender. We've got a load of jobs to do, but the first one we're starting off with today is side steps. This particular one, as you can see, is on big muddies. It also appears to have a bit of lift on it, so it is quite high up. So to make it a little easier for the owner, we're going to just put some side steps in here, which can help get in, because even me at 6'5", it's still a bit of a leg stretch up. So for people, normal size people, it's going to be quite awkward to get in and out of. So let's go have a look at those side steps. That's the one, side steps, and we'll get them installed. Let's get this up and opened. Any luck? Whoop. Obviously more tape. Now where did I put my knife? Can't remember where I put it. Put it down somewhere, and it's now gone. Now I know where I put it. Had the paperwork on top of it. It's right there, obviously. All right, let's get these side steps out. That's already off. Cool. So, it says it's for the 90. Let's hope. Probably bolts. Bolts, nuts, nice. Aha, more supporting bracketry. Alright, now, got to see how it goes on, haven't we? But before we do, let's just have a look at these quickly. Nice powder coat black. Got the metal checker plate inserting. Also, we picked that one in black as well. Some nice blue foamy things. And at the end, we've got some plastic capping. So hopefully, water won't get inside there and ruin it. So, and with that, let's get on with it. So the first thing I'm going to do, here are all the tools. So we're going for a 13mm and a 15mm spanner. We need a 13, 15 and 17mm socket. I've gone for 3/8, and then obviously a 3/8 ratchet as well. So the first step is to actually mount the top points. That's going to require the small bolts, M8s, M8 by 20. Then you've got the M8 nuts as well. These are going to be driven on by the 13mm sockets and spanners. So the first point of call is to find out where these actually mount to. And then we get underneath the vehicle And then under here, so this is the front, and under here we've got this chassis rail up here. I've already cleaned this one out slightly, but this is the first mounting hole that we're going to be using. So the bolt goes through here and then holds onto that. But over here, the one right at the back here is going to require the original factory nut and bolt being removed. So before we do that, I'm going to get this side mounted up here, and then I'll show you a bit closer in as to what the issue is over on this side here. So we've got the front sitting roughly where it needs to go. So if I now lift this one up, you'll see where it wants to sit is bang on where that bolt there is. So what we're going to have to do is remove that bolt first, which will allow us then to slide this up in place and replace it with the new stainless steel hardware. Alright, and so you can see why we're replacing that nut and bolt. If you look at the length difference between the two, you can see obviously the new one is significantly longer, and that allows it to go through the support and through the original bracing up here as well. So what we're going to do now is get this set up here, get our bolt through, and through that hole. Perfect, there we go. Now all we need is to grab the other nut and line that on. Perfect, okay. So now that's not going to just fall on me. What I'm going to do is get some of the other supporting braces in, and then we'll get those fitted up as well. Alright, so we've got these brackets. These are the fronts. As you can see, they are labelled because they do bend off slightly. This one here is the front driver's side. Well, this one doesn't have a label, but if the other one's front driver's side, surely means this is front passenger side, which is the one we're working on right now. The way these work, it sits here in that hole, and then the other side will mount into here, onto that bracket there. They are 15s, okay. Right, so now that's released out, what we can do under Das vehicle, well, as I can tell, that has to wedge over here like that, which does the job, holds it in place nicely. So now that's up there, we can get that nut and bolt in. The bigger ones. So these are the M10s. These are M10 by 25mm, and then N10 nuts obviously. These are also 15mm. Well, no I'm not apparently. So that's going to go through there. That through there. Alright, so now that's typical. This is why doing all this stuff is quite awkward really. Right. So now that's got a bolt mostly tight, you can see here that there is a gap, which means this arm has to be pushed this way in order for this to be flush. What we'll do is we'll get the rubber mallet and we'll just give it a little tap over. And as if by magic, rubber mallet. Let's do this. that will do us. Alright, so we're now in place there. Got that nut and bolt through there, just holding it. It's not crimp this really hard down, but just basically clamp it down enough that it's not going to go anywhere while we're doing the rest of the installation. Let's see if I got this the right way around. Nope, I didn't. That's going to stay on there pretty well. Let's get this one just hand tighted as well. And yes, I know this bolt is slightly spinning, but we will come back and adjust all that once we've done the back. So it turns out these ones here are 15mm, which, no, this side is 13, the other side is 15-ish. Yes, so for some reason these ones are 14mm, which makes very little sense if I'm honest, but that's... You can use power tools for most of this, but the reason I'm not is to try and show that you don't actually have to. You can do it all by hand. It really isn't a massive difficult job, so if you don't have that much experience or that many tools, it really doesn't matter, and this is the best way to do one-handed. Take off the pre-installed nuts and bolts. Alright, that's one. How fast can you twiddle your nuts? Perfect. Alright, so now we've got this bar here. Goes between, so on the inside of here, like that, and the outside of that one. So you can see through there, you've got the hole poking through. So first of all, I think we'll get this side put in, then we can help it use it to align the other side of the steps. Perfect. And then we get our bar, slide it up and over on there, then drop it, and then you put the bar on, you add your nut on the other side. Right, so that's now sitting there, that's on. Now we need to get this side. So on this side we get nut, or bolt in this case, and we add our nut. I think I've been a stupid. Good, don't throw stuff at my face. This side, you see that there are angles to both of them. You're actually supposed to have it the other way, so the angles are actually angling away, so forward on this one, and then backwards like that on this side. Alright, there we go. Alright, now hopefully I've done it the right way. It's one of those brain go brr moments. So every single one of the holes on this kit, they are all slotted, which allows for a little bit of fine tuning on them. So because this is a 3-door, so there's only a door there, I want to get the steps as far this way ish, and what I need to do for that here, I've moved the whole thing all the way to the right to give me as much movement there, and the same up this one. So what I'm going to do now is just tighten these in place, and then from there move on and tighten up all the rest of the mounting points and clamps and everything. Alright, so we've tightened this one down. So this one here is a 15 and it's captive on this other side, so that's not an issue. Again, you've got 15 both sides. This is where your 13s are, up here and over here on this side. Down here, if the sun will get out my way, 15 both sides again, and once again 15s both sides. That's basically that installed. It's easy, it's quick. It takes longer to film it than it does to actually do it. Alright, let's get out from under here and we'll show you what it looks like. So I'm going to do the other side now. Not really any point in you watching me do this side. There is one difference to note, which I will show you now, but other than that it's going to be exactly the same as the side I just did. So I won't show you the rest of this, but I'll show you the end result once we're all done with it. So on some models we have this fuel tank here that sits along this chassis rail. The problem with that, you can still fit the kit. All it means is getting up. All it means is that getting up to here to get to some of the bolts can be a slight bit awkward. So this is the rear one. That's the one we are going to have to take out up there. This one. So you're going to have to kind of wiggle your hands around. By the looks of it, this one's already loose. The front over here, the hole on this one is also going to be a bit awkward because it's down here somewhere there. So it's right here. Not that you can see it, but if you look, you've got this lip here, got a divot here, and then you follow it along another 4 inches, and that's where the hole is. So again, you can do it, it's just a bit more awkward trying to do it. Other than that, this side, as I said, is exactly the same. Just follow the steps for the previous one and it should be nice and easy for you. I think it's a nice little addition to the vehicle. It should hopefully help getting in and out, because obviously with the big chunky tyres it does make it slightly more awkward. I think it's also seems to have got a lift kit on it, which each of their own, but alright, let's have a look, shall we? it again, shall we? Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this has helped you kind of get involved with doing this to your own Land Rover or any vehicle that there's kits for that you may need it. Maybe not a supercar, but something a bit lifted, probably. Unless you like lifting your supercar, which is kind of a cool idea. But obviously, if you do like this video, please let us know by liking and commenting. Consider subscribing as well. It's really helping to build our channel at the moment. And maybe try one of these videos that's somewhere around here. I don't know, haven't decided where I'm putting them yet. And then hopefully we'll have more on Landy coming up soon, a bit more maintenance, but we're also going to be doing a load of upgrades as well as some custom touches in the upcoming months. So please stick around for that. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you are too.